Nightlife in Qatar. View from my hotel room. Quite unusual from what I used to serve you. It is dark, but it is 1 o'clock in the morning after all. Just coming back from the World Cup draw, that is the drawing of lots for who plays against who in the World Cup taking place in this country later this year. The Qatar 22 World Cup. Qatar 2022. Qatar 2022, God. And it threw up a whole lot of intrigues and exciting games in prospects. Interesting. And I thought I'd share my thoughts with you hot off the press just as soon as I got back from this great event. Obviously, the first highlight is that Nigeria is not going to be there, so they were not represented at the draw. The less we say about that, the better at this moment in time. The other thing, of course, for some people who would understand, is that there is the prospect of an England versus Scotland game being played in downtown Doha. I mean, people who know the history of England and Scotland will laugh at it, but it could happen. But today I want to touch on what's happening in Africa and African football, and how the draw has brought to light the challenge that we face in the continent of Africa on how we can strive to be at par with the rest of the world. You look at the draw and you're looking at it thinking, where would salvation come from? Where will that winner come from in the World Cup? And this is the time when we need to put our heads together and get our house in order. Senegal don't look too bad, to be fair. They're in the same group as hosts Qatar, as well as Ecuador and the Netherlands. But then that's where it ends. You now look at the likes of Morocco, in the same group as Belgium, Croatia and Canada. Oh dear. You look at Tunisia in the same group as France, Denmark and probably Australia. And that exasperated sigh just comes. You look at the likes of, you look at Cameroon, and you look at Brazil in their group, Serbia in their group, Switzerland in their group. And your shoulders are starting to drop. Then you go to Group H, Portugal, Uruguay, South Korea, standing in the way of Ghana, progressing from that group. And you drop your paper and think, where would African football be at the end of the World Cup? Again, it's not over, and football is a dynamic game where things can still happen, but we need to put our houses in order as a continent called Africa. Preparation has to be good, organization and administration has to be top-notch. Technical staff have to be absolutely great in order for us to stand a chance to progress into the round of 16, the quarterfinals, maybe even the semis in this great tournament. How prepared can we be? The likes of Samuel Eto'o, who went and braved the odds and employed a local coach, Rigobert Song, former player, former colleague of his, as coach. How much support will he give to Rigobert for him to perform, to be able to withstand the challenge that is in front of him? The likes of Augustin Senghor, the president of the Senegalese FA, who has stood by Aliou Cisse up until the point where they got to the final of the AFCON 2019 and won the AFCON 2022. Needs to give more support, even more support, and capacity enhancement and building their base for them to be able to face the challenge that is coming up, so that they can shine the light of Africa at the latter stages of the World Cup in this great country. Tunisia, Morocco, same thing. Ghana, same thing. Otto Addo outdid Nigeria and everybody's shouting. Now is the time to make it count, please. Because I want to come back here in November as a proud African to show the world that Africa can come of age and can do something. And the message is for you and me to provide the support wherever we can to actually give the very best of support to everyone in Africa who is coming to actually grace the World Cup in Qatar. Can we make it happen? I believe so. Meanwhile, please remember to subscribe to me. Drop your comments on what I have just said, and let's continue to support the African cause in this bid to be excellent in global football. Thank you, and good night.